because I will come in at 9 past. And I will talk a bit about remixing, because we will. I told you that we will have some changes, and other than a little bit visual changing things visually. Yeah, that's also. I also want to have the first 8.5 minutes recapturing what we did. And as we had a big break, and at the end, or a week after the break start, I gave away a lot of samples in track form. So, but let me start at the beginning. What is We 909? What are we doing here? Or me, or you, or we all? Hello, Weeple. I will begin to talk about this because maybe we have some new viewers, or we will have in the future that see that. And to recapture what I am doing here, I will tell you We 909 is not only Wednesday 9 o'clock and 9 minutes, but also we all love the 909 drum machine, which is a synonym, at least for me, for techno music or harder, faster electronic music, or any kind of cool electronic music. So, and the format means that for now I'm doing music. I'm Rolf Meyerbode, and I do music professionally forever. My first record I did with 17, and I'm old, or more than 30 years ago. 30 years ago. My first release is 30 years ago. I should have an anniversary. Okay, so, and I will work here in my home studio. My home studio is now my studio because of the pandemic and stuff. And yes, I will do music here, and you can chat with me, and And the next 4 episodes are about remixing. I did some remixes, some people liked, mostly in the 90s dance stuff. And when you wrote about the weather in the chat, I would like to read from you what's your favorite remix I did, if you know some. And we might talk about that in the next session, because I need to prepare it, because I can't remember all of them, and I have to listen to them again. I cannot do it here because of right problems, so I will listen in between. And so that's that. Let's see what we have here. Let's get this over here. There. Yeah. Really important to do it all very nicely. So these are the samples I gave away last time, shortly after last time. We will have a listen, and I'll try to remember what I did, or I can think in the future, because the concept of the next 4 sessions is that I will work only with these, or as if I was professionally remixing this, which is the techno continuum. I didn't explain that because I thought about, okay, I have a format where I stream about music production and I do stuff, but what do I do? A song a week or whatever, and so I invented the techno continuum. So it's a techno track, techno meaning faster electronic music, so it's not really techno, but it will be melodic, it will be changing tempo and stuff, but like a DJ set from the 90s, which was broadband from Styles. And I will, I lost my thread. I will, the techno continuum. So I will do productions each session, and I did so for 19 sessions, and we are at minute beyond 35 or something. We did 35 minutes. Most of it is on SoundCloud if you're interested to listen to it. And in the next 4 sessions we will do a remix, or I will do a remix I will gather input from you, and you will do remixes. Yeah, but we come to that later, hopefully. Let's listen to more sounds. What do we have here? So, this is what I like about modular. It's a simple motive, bass motive, not changing for now here, but it's very alive, aggressive, thick, and still leaving the subs for the bass drum. This is a bass sound that I like. So now we have here a banded bass. Yeah, that one was great. And if I remember correctly, I don't know why Logic imported it. Pull it down a bit. I don't know why Logic imported it in this. I don't know. Is it alphabetic? Yeah, it's alphabetic. Okay, it's about where in the techno continuum these are. These were from minute 24. This is from minute 25, 5 seconds. So this here, the starting point is that. And it's all 125 BPM, which is also written. No, it's not written in there. But you can see it here. Have some melodies here. Or some. That's not a melody. Here. Yeah, and that was really, the Weeple were there. It was just playing around live and taking the first or second pass of it. So it's not a constructed melody that I would do for a single release or even for a great remix of something or for a production. Just, yeah, we don't have time. It's all bass. This is done with the 008, my main poly synth. Modal 008. What do we have here? Oh yeah. Interesting ARP. It's a bit whiny. It comes out of the filter. It's a bit slopey at the beginning, so you might drag it a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, the attacks are some kind of backwards. Sounds a little bit backwards. So you have to figure out where to put it that the timing still is really... Okay. Welcome, Weeple. It's 9 o'clock and 9 minutes. It's techno o'clock. We have our number 20 session, our first of 4 that will come about remixing. So, yeah, that was the official thing at 9:09. Okay. Shapeshifted ARP, also nice and interesting to my mind. It's all my taste, Yeah, some cool percussion here. With delay and all. Some additional stuff. Oh yeah, the melody. I think that was this plasmonic synth pad. The successor to Absinthe. And yeah, Prodigy sampled. The Moog Prodigy I had here in one session that I was really disappointed with. Not with the sound, but with it didn't have MIDI and I wasn't prepared for that. Blame me. I was like, okay, I have to play it live or what? So I sampled it and recomposed something out of it that is interesting. Same with this. Which is also, this was first, I think. Then I did this with it. Which is, I really like it. It really has a great energy. It really cries for a bass drum. That's gated. And then I think I did this with it. Because this is also this, but some other modular bass with filter frequency modulation, as I hear. High pass filtered live. You can see it in the sessions before. more modular bass added, percussion. Oh, I have twice the same percussion here. Same percussion, right? No, it's different here. Okay. And a motive, what's that? Ah, yeah. That's going more into the techno direction, like dong 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 dong, with a really hard bass drum. And some, I don't know what percussion. So this is the package that I gave all to you that came to my Facebook group. So this I need to tell about the Facebook group. So if you're interested, if you're doing music or just want to listen to these, I don't know, go to the Facebook group We909 and you will find these as a link and you can download them. You can use them in your own music. And if you use them creatively, like cutting and using bits of it and reversing and pitching them up and down, you can do whatever you want and you don't even have to name me. If you use them and really just put a bass drum on it, like put a drum loop on this one, and then it would be cool if you would just call it a remix of the Techno Continuum and put my name somewhere in the fine print. But whatever you do, you can. Yeah, whatever you want to do, you can do with it. So to say. That's it. The samples. What else? I think I will have a look into the chat now. And then we will begin totally with a blank page. And I have a little refreshing sip. Oh, there was a question that chat favorite remixes that I did, because otherwise I cannot really talk about it because I don't know what they did. So there are remixes of my former productions, of course, but I don't know what they did. I just can't listen to it. So yeah, if you want stories and explanations what I did and why, maybe even if I remember, it's my remixes that I did. The piano is amazing. Yeah, use it, Natalia. Oh, you did. So yeah, all are free to use it that are doing music. So yeah, nothing more in the group link. Yeah, thank you, Natalia, for posting the link there. And it's not the last package, definitely. I mean, the next four sessions, I will work with these. I will add new drums. And maybe new effect sounds or whatever, but mostly I will work with these, as you would if you do a remix. So now we will begin. I will just close that, and let me have this. So check. I will close that. I will do a new song. Ooh, okay. The audio driver just went away, but I think you can still hear me, right? So my screen is a mess. My desktop is a mess with a lot of work stuff that, yeah, I do not want to share with you. The mess. This is why I switched the cam here. So yeah, what are we doing here? We are putting up a new template. So what should you do? Let's talk about remixing. Say you do music and someone says, I like your style, here's a song of me, remix it. Well, so what should you do? The first thing, I mean, it's more general production thing, but have a template. Never start, you can, but if you are a little bit under timing pressure, either because you earn your money with it, or you don't, but as a hobby, you don't have 10 hours per day for it. Maybe some of you have, but most people don't have that much time because they have a work. So in either case, you would like to be efficient. And for being efficient with music production, it is really important to hit the road running. You know, you jump out of the plane. Yeah. Whatever. Whatever. So you need a starting point that is not zero. That is not a blank page. At least technically not. You don't have to have music in there, but you will see what I do. So I just have a new song in Logic. I work in Logic, if you don't know it. And I will do this. It's all in German, but it's in the same place as whatever language you have. So it's I will do 32 audio tracks because it will do 32 auxes and buses if I do this. Just do this and you will see. For now it's not about the audio tracks, but about, when I open the mixer, about this. Because what it does then is you have 32 auxes that are the same number as the bus. And I like it this way, because otherwise it confuses me. Because if you do them one after the other and you do something in between, so you do 10 buses and then you do some sound effects, the number goes on. And the sound effects will, so then you have bus 15 and it's going into aux 23 and it blows my mind. So it's 32 and we will use, I thought about that actually, I really thought about, because I have big templates for a video music production, so scores, small scores that are really huge and killing my computer. And I thought, and I have really small ones, so really small templates, and I wanted to have a little bit in the middle place. So this is what we want to do now. I could have prepared it, but I thought, no, I don't have time for that. So yeah, what we will do is we will have the first. Let me have a glimpse there. Should I do it or explain it later? I will just. So there's a trick. You press Command T, and you will put your buses or whatever is in the mixer in your arrange so that you can really see it, and you can rename them here, which is, I like it better here, because what we are doing now is, this is our master bus, and it's, yeah, just a trick. It does not go directly out. It will go into the 32, which will go into master out, master to out. It's just a technical trick so that I can record the master with the master plugins with a recording channel. It's not important, just do it as I do. And so because I do video work and I don't want to do this several times again, I will just do some things that you do not need to do if you do not do things with audio. I will explain. Just so this means, for me, this is sum. The master, everything goes into the master. Well, this is the dialogue bus, so it's a sum. Everything dialogue, so when I get something with speech, or this is ambiences, this is sound effects. And the fifth thing is music. And now everything then goes into the music. Well, let me think about it. It's actually, yeah, that's correct. And I have some things that have 30, some templates that have 32 buses of different music elements for orchestral stuff, and it's mind-blowing to work with it. So what we will have is one bus that I call focus. Focus. We will have one bus that I will call drums. We will have one bus that I call sustain, or sus here, simple, and I will have one bus that I will just call X, or I will call it aux, or I will call it, yeah, effects, or aux and effects. I mean, the X is for aux and effects. So all music goes into one of these four things. I will explain why. Because historically, I only had, or let me think about it. I worked really analog in the 90s, and I had a big mixer, but things have changed then, and more work have been done with the computer and with hardest recording, and so everything changed. And I wanted to have better drums, and I read about the parallel compression trick with drums, which is also called the New York compression or whatever. It's you have your dry drums and all drums, and you will send it, you will have 2 copies of it, and one you will really slam with the compressor, so really, and you will add that to the drums. And so I had a device for that, and I wanted to, so my mind was, okay, I have drums and the rest. So because it was all drums heavy, so I have drums and things that are sustaining, so not percussive. And I just worked with 2 buses mainly. And one was going through a really hard compressor in parallel through an 1176 clone, and the other thing was just gently compressed and coming back. So these were the main buses for me. It's really technical, right? It's really, some of you might be interested. And yes, you're still hearing me, right? It's quite. Maybe I bore you to death, but So these are the 2 main things. Focus. Then was the thought, if I have one element that's really need to be up front, like a vocal sample, a piano melody, a solo string, a solo violin playing a melody, and you have all things going on, like the drums are slammed and in the sustained bass, so everything else, you are also compressing, and you just wanted to carve out. It's really good to have one bass just concentrating on your absolute star element, and I call it focus because you focus on it. And the aux thing is for either if I do orchestral stuff, or I have really heavy effect works like riser and explosions and stuff, and want that separated. So yeah, okay, this is what we do here. We build these things there. And we have to change here. Do you see that down here? Yeah. So all these, all these go into bus number 1, the master. The music I will just do so, and these will be so, and the master, let's do it red. So very important to do colors. So, and these all go into the music bus, which is number 5. So there's a reason why I do this way, and believe me, I have tried so many ways working, and I think for not too complex electronic music, this is a good way between just starting and adding stuff, or having too big of a template. So then, the thing is, what came next, usually working in the 90s, was effects. You know, you have your effect device, and because you only have one lexicon device, you will use the send effects, and you will have you will send several things into this effect. And of course, there is still a reason to have send effects, like when you want to put several things into the same room. You have drums, percussion, and they should all sound like they are in the same virtual room. And to have this, you will have send effects. But on the other hand, you have effects nowadays, because you have so much horsepower, and you can put effects on each element, their own effect. You have what I call track effects, which are effects that are only for one track. So you have a chorus. In the 90s, I had, I don't know, three chorus devices, and I would send sends to that. And now I have 300 if I want to, and so they will be called track effects. Why do I tell this? Because I have to. Now it's getting boring. I think it's getting boring. I think we will further work on this template later, because I need to do something more interesting. I will save it in the Techno Continuum, and I will call it we 909 number 20. Yeah, that's it. And we start with adding. Oh no, that was the wrong button. I always, because these are both pluses, I always mix them. So they all go into the. We'll do drums. Yeah, what drums do we need? Sampler. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So let's have 8 drum things here. And I don't know when you have why it opens the last one. It's not really clever from Apple to do so. So this is my main sampler, and we do mapping. Drums. Yes, we will. Should we work with the audio? Okay, I have the next session reserved just for drums, because drums are so important, because drums make your style. You can have the same bass chords or whatever, and with your style, with your drums, you can either be EDM. Okay, you need to do some more production things, but you can be either EDM, techno, or house with just changing the drums. So your drums are very important, and if you're an artist, like trying to find your own voice, your drums are really important. It does not mean that you have to have unheard drums, because that's quite impossible, because of course the drums should be punchy and have some power, and you cannot have, I don't know, just clicky. You can if you want, but what do I want to say? I want to say that if they have to work, they might sound like something that is already there. But if you have a gated reverb on them, like the 80s style, you will have a different style than if you have a dry 909. If you have a distorted 909 and a compressed 909, you will have a different feeling. If you have a bass drum snare drum and you take some disco snare drum samples, you will have Daft Punk. And so, yeah, your drums define your style, so it's very important. So should we go into how, when you have, like me, let me show you a program that I really like, Synonym, just Synonym, because if you have, I don't know, 100,000 drum samples, because you do that forever, how do you work with it? And I have some tricks there that I wanted to share this as well. Should I go this way, talking about drum samples, how to find cool drum samples and how to organize them, or should we jump into cutting the audio samples? Please write to me. Audio tracks. So what I call samples are audio tracks. So I can already pull them in here. You know, these. Oh, this is going away. So just pull them in here. These are the samples, you know. So should we? I mean, we do both. Definitely, we will do both. It's just what we do now, because if you fell asleep and we need to do some music, drums. Continue with drums. Okay, three votes for drums. Let's go with the drums. That's the logical step, of course. So I have a huge selection of selected drums, not self-made drums, but these are all selected. Yeah, and I changed some places, and it's I don't know. So let me show you here. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So I have several of these. Some are kick drum only. Some are, I wanted to have this one. Some are, as you see here, bass drum snare drum clapped, so that I can play a little beats here. Some are just bass drums, and let me. You will never know where these came from. Yeah, there are some services where you can have a subscription model, and you pay a little fee per month, and you can get drum sounds and like Splice, and they have really great stuff. You have to listen to a lot, but then you can really have. I mean, you could have original deadmau5 sample bass drums. And these are really great. The thing is, these are so great. where's U in there. So, but we'll do that later. What I usually have is, of course, I have the bass drum up there, so I can just start with the bass drum. Then I will have bass drum snare drum clap down under it, so that I can have a quick beat. If need be. But more interesting is, let's collect fresh drums. I mean, fresh drums, we don't do them, but let me show you Synonym. Synonym is a software that indexes your hard disk or SSD and listens to the sound. It has its own algorithm to find, for example, similar sounds. And it knows what the sound is. So if I go into samples, which are there is a subfolder that is called drum samples in there, but I don't need to go there, because I can just click kicks here, and it will know from the sound that what a kick is. You know. These are 24,500 kicks. So it really helps me to quickly find the perfect bass drum. Not. What I would do is, I do know that the bass drums, of, here's my packs, the bass drums of the Splice service are of a higher quality than those 24,000 collected bass drums that I collected in 30 years of doing stuff. What I will do is, I will get one of these that I really like. Oh, this is interesting. And then I will search by similarity. And it's going to start to sort all the samples. I should do that over here. And I think about how I can do that. Because, then you do have, and it doesn't look for the file name, it really looks for the sound. And these are all quite cool. Not this one now, but up to there, these are the first drums I really like to have in a collection. Collection means I select these. And so on. So this is something, if you have a huge amount of samples, you should, could also do this, cheers. Something like this really helps. And you could also go into samples. Okay, it needs to calculate something, because it's 144,000 samples. I don't know if you can read it in 4K through HD. That's the biggest font size I can select there. But it's now selecting the most similar. That was the wrong window. I pressed the arrow key in the wrong window. Yeah. Okay, let him do the work. Let him do the work. What we do is we will have our collections in our sampler. So I'll open this one. I will open the mapping. I will try to find what I just did. I don't know where is. Yeah, let me have a short. I will need to see where this program. I forgot where it puts the. Oh, I can just look for collection. It's just because. It's a bit slow, my computer now. So collections, there it is. It is. It's a subfolder of documents. Okay. So untitled collection. Here we go. So can go over here again. So yeah. So this is what it did, and I'll just have these and drag them here, and I will put them starting from C1, and now I can. Ooh, it's loud. It's funny, these are all nearly the same tune. You know, they have the same. This one's really deafening. How does it look? Let me see how it looks. Yeah, it's really saturated. I don't know for you, but it kills my ears here, so it's perfect. It's a bit sizzly up there. Maybe too much. This has a nice kick. So, this is one step, what we do. Bass drums selected. This is one step we can do. The other step is always great to mix the attack of a bass drum that you like with the body of another bass drum you like. So it's a little bit cheating because it's not really doing a new one, but it's combining two, and I often do that. And there are also really cool samples that let me show you. I have to think about where they are, because there was someone did kick enhancer. You have 4 kick enhancers here. These are just small clicks. You know, really. So if you have a thick bass drum and it's not cutting through the mix, you can just put something of this. So it's actually doing. They actually did the work of cutting just the transient of bass drums or drums, and put them all there. I like them. I use these often, of course, combined with 909 bass drums. But we might have a real 909 the next session or then. And so we will... alright, let me just kill here. Time machine back up. So we will work with this then. What else do I do? So then we do need snare drums, of course. You need the kick down. You need same thing here. First thing I would do is do we need snare drums? I think we mostly need claps, right? We don't do disco. The first thing is a snare drum. Okay. These are all from a service that I did not name because they don't pay me for it. But there are other services, I think. This sounds a bit like my Truth and Light, you know? Yeah. What's that? It's popping champagne bottle or what? I like it. Okay, let's build a beat. Which bass drum? Ooh. Oh, it's really deep. This is a bit punchier. Sorry for that. There were some samples activated here. Greatest feature they invented, Apple, is the where they had the idea from. Old mixing boards, where you could just run your finger across like this way over the switches of the mute switch, and you could mute multiple channels. And yeah, of course, you can do it now here. I really often use this, of course. So, just maybe some of you don't know. Drums are always red. You know. Oh, why? So there was something I liked. I said, yeah, this one. So let's have some. No, let's keep it dry. So percussion, some percussion. For now, let's put on some percussion. Did it do it? Yeah. Just to, I don't know. You do know I just do that so that we have some music in here, right? Because we cannot have a session without the music. Maybe something else. Also earlier. Okay, but the rest, let's take it from here. Oh no, you said drums. You said we don't need. Yeah, oh, drums. Yeah, this is the problem. If one of your samples is called kick wave or snare wave or whatever, you will sooner or later have problems. Do name your samples, and if you get a sample pack which kick, snare, and something like kick 1, kick 3, do a rename, do a batch rename, rename them all so that not one sample, not two samples have the same or even very similar name on your hard drive SSD, because yeah, you will get problems. So yeah, 40 minutes and we don't have a lot. I always struggled with kick drums until I bought about 400 kicks. Now I'm happy using good stuff. Yeah, Mr. SJK said something. I mean, how long did I do kick drums until I really understood how much work a good kick drum is? Because early in the days I used what I found, and if you listen to my first records, the kick drums sound really like shit. They don't have punch. They are noisy. They have an impact. They go like they are distorted and have an impact. So on my shitty hi-fi speakers back then, that I had as a was it pupil, Schüler? Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't hear the real bass, so I also mixed them not really well, but I had bad equipment and stuff. And so the kick drums are really a weak point there. But later on I had the possibilities, but it's manufacturing a great kick drum is some work, and you could easily destroy it with any kind of wrong EQ, compression, limiting. It's to have it really punchy, and some people take a lot of work, invest a lot of work and sell it for some peanuts. And I mean, you as I said, in this, in some selling services, you can get 100 bass drums for, I don't know, $7 or something. And if you really listen to 2,000 bass drums that they might have, and you get the 100 that you like the most, you are settled for 7 years for $7. So go out there, pick them. It's not cheating. You still choose them. So if you want to do bass drums that are sounding better than this collection, you really have to invest some time. You have to try out things. You have to master them. You're sending them through master plugins as well, because these are all limited, mastered to the max. And you can do it also. We will do a little bit with the 909, because of course the dry 909 is a bit boring nowadays from sound-wise, and we will do that maybe next session. So yes, how loud do you love the kick in the mix? Oh, I don't know. I try to never read numbers. I mean, everyone has the problem that if you set something here like this one, and it's by ear you land at -3.1, you will put it to -3, right? You all do that, right? I hope you all do that. Because it makes absolutely no sense, but yeah, we are humans, not perfect machines. So if I go to -4.2, I might go up to -4, because that's better. I do not go about numbers, and I cannot tell you. It's one, but for sure it's a rounded dB number, because I have this habit of not always, sometimes. But very important thing is two sources. No, two ways to listen, to critically listen to music is on. No, three ways. The best way is on absolutely high quality master reference speakers in a absolutely top-notch room. Yeah, we all don't have this. This is the best way. Then there are two other ways of critically listening to music that are not so good, but do both. They add up. So one thing is listening on speakers, of course, flat speakers, not hi-fi speakers, in a reasonably okay sounding room, and you pull down the volume, so you just listen to the music, so you just can hear the music, and you try to then mix it so that you can hear any element. That's a good trick that I learned, I don't know, 10 years, 15, 20 years ago. So I worked without the trick for more than 10 years. And I wasted a lot of time and good mixes because it really helps. And the other thing is good headphones. I mean, you don't need to invest $1,000, but some decent headphones like the Sennheiser HD 600, 650 would be my personal cheaper thing. I have the 700, but it's, yeah, I wanted something new. It's not that much better. So, and there you listen just for the bass, because what you cannot mostly do on headphones is the balance. You will never get the balance right. You have to balance the mix, so you pull your faders on your mix with speakers, never with phones if you can avoid it. That's just my 10 cents. And for bass drum level, yeah, it's difficult because you have to listen to the level of the bass drum on your headphones if you don't have a good bass in your room or a boomy bass in your room. But the attack of the bass drum, if you want to see if there's enough attack in the bass drum and mid frequencies, you have to do on your speakers, because otherwise it doesn't work. So that's my tip for mixing bass drums, and I don't know what dB number my bass drums have. Are there some questions about a remix maybe? Because, yeah, no. What else do we have in the chat? Let me have a look. Can you put some music into your template? Yeah, some music in your template. Yeah, I can. Cool, what? I did some music in my template. Finish. So if you do something like this, please call it a remix. That was my call at the beginning. Music, yeah. Let us at least have. Let's have. Oh wait. One thing I always need is my scissors here. I'm a scissors guy. I don't like the. Okay. I don't like the tool that does it all. I'm gonna see here. Okay, let's do it. I wanted to do something else also, but it's really difficult when you speak and people are listening and you want to do everything. Remix is finished. We need a sample. We need a cool sample, and then we are finished. It really works. It's a total coincidence, but it really works from the groove and the percussion. It's good. So, but some talking about remix still. Bear with me. You have to listen to me. Sorry. The thing is, I will, whenever I press Apple S, whenever I save, I will get this thing there because there are two kick wave drums samples. when you are asked to do a remix, what do? I mean, you set up the template. It's not finished. I will finish because I understood that it's boring after half an hour, so I will finish it between the sessions. But when you set your template, you have a bunch of favorite drums at your hand, so that you don't need to start searching for bass drums in the first 2 hours of your remix time. And you have some samples here. Of course, you listen to all of them, but the most important thing is think about what you like most in the original, and sometimes think about what you do not totally like about the remix. So this was mostly my starting point when I did remixes back in the days of R&B. It was always I listened to the song and I picked up things that I like, and those that I don't like was like, yeah, I'll do the opposite. And that was my starting point. So, and often it was just a melodic sound and a part of the melody. I sometimes changed the harmonies whenever I thought, yeah, well, the harmonies are a bit, there could be more. So same melody and change the harmony. So these are some things you can do, and yeah, what we will do. That was a Bob Ross type of happy accident. Thank you, Tomasz. I think Tom, if there's an SZ at the end of Toma, it's called Tomasz, right? Spelled Tomasz, right? Is it? Yeah. One thing really good is you can duplicate. No. Better. All need to be red. The percussion will be. This one is the blink. Goes to plop. It's a plop. And dare to set if you quantize, dare to set it to much lower than, or a lot lower than 100. So not 98 or something, but something between 70 and 85 or something is always good. Some swing is a good starting point when you do drums and you want to quantize. Not too much. I mean, it depends on the style, of course. If you were doing really techno. So, what else? Okay, one tip. I may have instruments here. I can use this one. Another one I found just because another tip you might be happy with. Generate. I found this one and it's really amazing. It's totally great. Yeah, it's a physical modeling. Yeah, I mean, it's a virtual synth that concentrates on the oscillator, because usually most virtual synth put in 100 modulation things, 1000 effects and 12 oscillators and stuff, and this one does have one oscillator, but it has an oscillator that sounds like modular. I mean, it's what reminds me of. I mean, it is, these are physical modeling things, chaotic double pendulum. They have, no, it's not physical modeling, it's, yeah, no, it is. These are laws of physics made into sound. And wave folder. And in the contrast to most, oh, that's an echo. Can I switch that off? Yes, here. In the contrast to most VIs that I know and have, could you please do not? Yeah. The interesting part of the sound is without everything. It's in the oscillator, and this is something that takes it apart from. And everything is modular. You can modulate everything, of course, and you can set up really alive stuff. Who puts a reverb on? Sorry, yeah, guys. Okay, never heard that before. Yeah, sorry. I needed to have an affiliate link before I do some advertising like that. But it was just 2 or 3 weeks ago I found that on my hard disk for 99 euro or something. And I was really like, yeah, that is I mean, you know how many these are the digital ones, these are the analog ones, and these are the Rumbler ones, and I have a lot of virtual instruments, but this was something new, something really likable. So I needed to share it with you. Yes. What else? Other questions? Other questions is the short form for... Oh, my light changed. I started with sunlight and now it looks like shit because there is no backlight here. Because I, of course, did not have the lights on. Last session was in winter, now we are in summer. That was a break. So, what is the time? Okay, let's concentrate on some more tips with drums that I... Yeah, I mean, style-wise, the kick and the snare drum or clap that you use are really the most important style factor of your music, and you should... Or also then what you do with them. So, say you will have something like this on it. And after that you will have, I don't know, something like that on it. Will make a sound, you know. Where do I have sounds? Oh, we can edit the bass drum. Let's see. Yeah, we can have this one too. Let's see. Not that this bass drum really needs it, but we have it there, we use it. Ooh. And this one will get a delay or something. So, yeah, usually we do more music. We do more like that for people who are watching it the first time, maybe. I don't know. And the problem is I don't have my track effects set up. Someone did not finish doing the template. So what do we do? The thing is, if I now go in here, it will set up something else. But where do I wanted to put my track effects? I wanted to put them into starting from 33, so I will do so. But I need to put these all on the right bus. Track effects, same like the source. So I will call them plus and reverb something. So the thing is, my thought with the track effects is quite new, because what I want to do, why can't I add it? I had that before. It didn't work with the key command, but it works like this. So I will put it right under there if I have a very I don't know, interesting reverb. Let's have a delay. Let's have a one thing I also did, procrastinating. No, improving my my selection of plugins and the visibility. I invented this system. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. Hardly, but you can. I invented a system so that I can see. You see here, all those delays have a small d at the beginning. Some plugins have a slash at the beginning. These are the UAD plugins. I need to consider that technically because of the latency, but these have a small d, and the reverb things have a small r there, and the modulation have, most of them, I didn't finish my work, have a small m there. The thing is that I can now see, whenever I see the mixer, and I see something here, I see, that's a delay. Because if you have 20 delays that have names that have, in this short form, never the full, so if there was the tab, I would see as a delay, but a primal, if there was written primal, I have to think about what is the primal. That is too long. I see there's a small d, so it's a delay. So I thought that would help me in the future. I will see. I just did that. Where's the feedback on this one? Why is that there? Oh, it has. No, I want one with what's the one? Oh, it's Sandman. These are all, and these all have too many. These all have too many. I need to work about that. As I thought about the template and about structuring my plugins there, I also thought about the problem when you have 20 delay plugins, you have no clue what the presets are, because of course you do not sit, let's say, even if those 20 delay plugins only have 100 presets per plugin, that's too many presets to go through them, to know them. So it's just, you just try around with, say, the short is, don't buy that many plugins. But if you have, I need a solution. I think I will not use presets. I think I will need to work with my own presets and only using these as a starting point at least. And yeah, not very interesting for you guys, but those were my thoughts also in the last days as I prepared this one. Yeah. No questions. Do we do? Let's do some music. Oh, let's have some synth lead here. Let's do some, what's it? Sequences. Oh, no, leads. Let's have a lead. Okay, the last part we can... What do they have for problem with the delay there? And what is it? What is doing? What's the Sandman doing there? God, man. You do some... Let's have the Valhalla. Let's have a simple... Bum 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 bum. I want an echo. I want dotted eighth notes. Ping pong. Yeah, and I want less high. Some diffusion. 100% mix. Oh. Whatever. Yeah. The play button is next preset, which kills your own preset. God, man. Can't. Yeah. No, I do not want to have. Sometimes. What did I just select? Echo, 8 note, ping pong. Yeah. So do not press play, because otherwise that's not nice. Yeah, good enough for now. Up. So can I now press play, please? Let's have... see that beach ball. Thank you for lauding. I want a nice hit. And I want... Let me have a look down somewhere. What's that? Magnetic convolution tonal hit. Now that sounds like magnetic convolution. Let's use it. Nice. Ooh. No. Doesn't work. Too much of much. Bum bum bum. We're running out of time. Peaceful ending. Ooh. But what we could do... Yeah, I know something. And we will just bounce it. So that we can have all the shitty stuff there, and we will just really go in there. And have it cut there, and have this one there. Let me listen. Oh, why is it distorted? Sorry for that. Shouldn't be like that. But it is. No, too much. Okay. Something else. Well, maybe. You never should do music like that, you know? I mean, you should have your own sounds, you should do them. if you have a wall of modular and if you have expensive polysynths staying around, you should always build your own voices. But yeah, we want results. It's killing my ears here. So much less high frequency. Did you see I also did it with the EQs here, right? These are my clean EQs. Never buy so many EQs. These are my vintage sounding EQs. These are the special EQs. And I have some repair and improve and special things for vocals. Yes, more than 500 plugins. I will be very happy to switch to Apple Silicon this year and having only 10 left to work with. But I already was very happy to read that FabFilter did the transition and everything is ready for Apple Silicon, if you know what I'm talking about. So what does that have to do with the remix? I don't know. Not a lot, right? Bum bum bum. Especially not very creatively. Where is a fly? So it might be more interesting. I don't have time anymore, so it's really, I don't know what to do. It's really, so this is, come on. Hey, computer's too slow. I dragged it. Come on. Come on, you make. Mal gucken, was er macht. No, that was not what I wanted. Optimate. Well, that is quite nice. Cool. Sounds cool. And now I don't have my effects ready because my template is not finished. So I will do that next time. Sorry, guys. Yeah, a bit boring today. I know, but sometimes you need to know how to build. How to start building a good template in Logic. And believe me, this system, I mean, you could leave out these, of course, if you do not do video work, which you don't, but I want to do it. Oh wait, we can just hide them. So, yours will look like this. Why did I do it? Why did I do it? I did it because then I can have all my plugins in the master, and I can just I can record all these 4 and the master on 5 tracks, and you will have possibilities for stem mastering, and you will have possibilities for if you have a complexer setup, and yeah, you have synth VIs that you might not have in 5 years because they don't work, and yeah, you will just have those stems to work with, and this is great. Also, you will have later plugins in here, like there, and these will be the same. You will the system is then that you will record everything down here, and mute it or switch it off, and it will play directly there into there. I need to explain it. We will do it. We will do it because it's very abstract when I tell it like this. And but I tried it out with my last bigger paid work for Toyota last year. There it it was really great because I had to do some last minute changes and in the mix, and I worked only with I had two stems, so to say, the sustained sounds and the drums, and I could do quite anything with that. Going into making parts longer, shorter. I could add reverb when you have these two, and adding two more, yeah, will be sufficient to use as a source for editing or stem mastering, which we will also do in the future sometime. But we did not do a lot of remix work. Okay. Can you please play each one of your track with your drums, one at a time? Yeah, why not? We can do it. Not all, but go in here. The disco drums are a little bit unnerving, right? I know. Oh, we have percussion. Yeah, you're right, Natalia. That's the way. We have percussion. We have percussion. We should use it. I forgot about that. That already sounds quite cool. It also works. Yes, that can work. And this one? Pick. I don't know where that is from. We already have our really weird. What I usually use or long time used in the drum bass is the UBK. This one. No, not this one. One below. Oh, come on! It's so slow. Come on, Apple, bring the M2. So. You may hear why. Oh, that's cool. I want that. That's the analog hi-hat. The real hi-hat. That's cool. And also this ratchet sound, this triggers ideas. That's also important. If you have elements that you like in the original, think about what it could also be. So there's a ratchet, the drrrt. And this could also be in the bass or in the mids, like a synth pad, not a pad, like a lead or a chord, a synth chord, which goes like brum, brum. It could also have a ramp, like rump, rump. So just think about what you like about it and how you could interpret it differently, or even make bigger, improve. That's not bad. It's also a new. I mean, it's really old, but it's new to me because it was on sale. Cool sound. Now for some bass. Okay, I think we will have some fun with all this stuff. But that's it. Piano melody. Okay, piano melody. Piano. I can't say no. Focus. Yeah. And there we go. We will have the contact. And in the contact, we will have the Cinepiano. I told you that it was in sale also for €99. My beloved Cinepiano from Cine Samples. Beep beep, which is my most used piano in the last years. Okay. I mean, it's really. I'm used to just do 2 clicks here and have a delay and the reverb and stuff, and I don't have it here. It makes me mad. It makes me mad. Let's have. I have to. There's another delay that I have new. Not that I needed one, because I already had 19. But 20 is such a better number. It's a bit uninspiring if there's no harmony change, right? So I need the part where is it? It's so slow when I zoom in and out. Where's my harmony change? It's in another track, right? Oh, bob. It's in here, right? And where's the modular bass there? And it's in here. So that's my piano, yeah. Where's the change? Okay, but I liked some playing around there, but where's the change? I mean, your voice, always there. He's always. This one is changing, although it's cheesy, but. This one. There goes my bass. It's not changing there. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if I didn't see the MIDI notes and it changed the changing, it's a little bit difficult to play over it. So we will have it next time. So, I mean, adding a new melody to a remix, to chords for a remix is always, well, it's a good step. But if you do it good, and I mean, I think the original author will not be unhappy with it when I do it. So, yeah. We did 1/2 of an hour more than we wanted to do. And, yes, next time. So, if it's your first time, go to Facebook, get the samples, play around with them, see that you can do a better remix than anyone else, put it on SoundCloud, link it in the Facebook group, and say, here it is. Please consider it talked about. So, yeah, we will also have a session where we talk about remixes you did. We already have one, but we will wait for other entries and we will talk about it. And maybe we will have a session and I can tell you what I would maybe improve on them, or what I really like on them, or where I would put more focus on, or more light, and what technically could be improved mixing-wise and stuff. So I will do that if you just remix the stuff. So, and you need to go to the Facebook group. Sorry, I have no homepage for that Facebook group. We909. So thank you for watching, dear Weeple. It was a different format, not format, but different, yeah. But I think it will get it will gain momentum next time. Oh, I have a message 22 minutes ago. Yeah. It said remix. And he was right. Yeah, I was a little bit off the track. Therefore, I invested some more minutes. So, yeah, sorry. Weeple, I see you again next week. There's, after the I have to say, we do 4 times now. No, first today, but we will do 3 more about remixing. And then there is my vacation. So I will have the July off. June? July. I will have July off, and in August we start again. So that I will not have to cancel things. I will have some weeks where I beforehand tell you that I'm not there. But the next 3 Wednesdays we will go on with the remix, and do your own remix or not, and see you Wednesday, 9 o'clock and 9 minutes, techno o'clock on YouTube. And yeah, ask questions in the chat if you like. I will read them, or in the group, or yeah. Thank you for being here again. See you next Wednesday. Bye.